Hello, I am Ian Deterling. I am a composer and I wrote Fantasy in C. If you'd like to listen to this piece without me talking over it, there is a link in the description below. Now, similar to a few of my other works, I arranged Fantasy in C for a variety of instruments, and the version presently playing in the background is for flute and marimba. The title of this piece was originally Bilbo Baggins, and it was only after I went through the arduous process of making all the different arrangements and all the different cover arts and everything that I was notified by my rep from J.W. Pepper that the name Bilbo Baggins is actually trademarked, which is something that I didn't even think to check when I was titling the piece originally. Now, if you're familiar with some of my other works, I have a piece titled The Goblin March and another titled Dwarves. So this world of fantasy, magic, and even as it ties in with mythology, it's something that's very close to my heart as I grew up surrounded by it, so I write about it. I wish I could have titled this piece Hobbits. I think that would have been a perfect name. However, Hobbits was I guess, too close for comfort as far as trademark goes, so in order to publish it and legally be able to sell copies, I decided to title it Fantasy in C, which I don't think is a terrible title. I mean, it still has the word fantasy in it, so I'm happy. Fantasy in C, looking at the piece as a whole, overall it is a lighthearted piece as it is my musical interpretation of the character Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit. The piece is divided into different sections that contrast each other, and these different sections are sketches of Bilbo in the different situations that he finds himself in as he's traveling throughout Middle-earth. The different sections, in a way, occur chronologically with what's happening in the book, but it is in no way a musical adaptation of the entire book. The opening section is very bright and cheerful, this bubbly, light-hearted hobbit living in the Shire. And it isn't until the transition between measures 57 and 65 that the music begins going in a different direction as he begins his journey. There are quiet movements at 65 and again at 92, where Bilbo is using his burgling skills, sneaking around in stealth mode. As his character develops, so does the music, traveling into different key centers and experiencing different changes in what's happening in the accompaniment. All of this builds and builds, especially in this section at 121, until it explodes with this triumphant moment at 129. This ending section, starting at measure 145, is Bilbo making his merry way back to the Shire. You can hear an extra spring in his step as he gradually disappears in the distance.